Good afternoon. Welcome to Old Trafford. Thunderous roars of approval and applause for the champions of the second division taking the field on a very special occasion for the Salford Rugby League Club. The final of the second division Premiership trophy. Wonderful season for Salford, coming out to rapturous applause from the Salford fans up at that end of the ground. Let's just remind ourselves of how good a season it's been for Salford. Finalists in the Lancashire Cup, quarter-finalists in the Challenge Cup, champions of the second division and finalists here today. Now the roars for Halifax. Halifax runners-up in the second division, but it has to be said, probably the best supported team, not only in the second division, but also carrying a supporting following that will be the envy of many other teams in the first division as well. The stage is set. Let's just make a comparison of the league performance of these two teams this season. We've got Salford, the champions. Let's say it again. Salford are the champions of the second division against Halifax, who are the runners-up. Salford, only one defeat all season, compared with Halifax, 4 defeats. Salford, the best defence, against Halifax, the best attack. Salford, the league's leading point scorer, Steve Carey, against Halifax with the league's second leading try scorer, Greg Austin. So, a match and a half in prospect. Good luck to the Reds. Let's quickly run through the teams. Salford team, first of all. Steve Gibson, Tex Evans, John Gilfillan, Martin Burkitt, Adrian Hadley, Frank Cassidy, Steve Carey. And in the forwards, Mick Worrell, Mark Lee, Shane Hanson, Arthur Bradshaw, Ian Blease and Andy Burgess, with substitutes Mick Dean and Ian Sherratt. Halifax team, one man in particular, Greg Austin, to watch out for. Greg Austin wearing number 4 shirt. Their full team. Steve Smith at fullback, Martin Wood on the right wing, Warren Wilson, Greg Austin, Matthew Silver, and at half-backs John Lyons and Roy Sutherwood. In the forwards, Brendan Hill, the Halifax captain, Jason Ramshaw, Peter Bell, Peter Brown, we remember from his Salford days not very long ago, Richard Milner, Mick Keebles, and substitutes Alan Platt and Mick Scott. The referee for today's game is Brian Galtress of Bradford, and the touch judges are Ken Spencer from Warrington, who's got the yellow flag, and Paul Hewitt from Oldham with the red flag. It's going to be a game and a half, everything to play for, great occasion, tremendous stadium, Old Trafford, now the Wembley of the North for Rugby League, and we're going to see one of the best games of the season, I'm sure. We're all looking forward to it. As Steve Carey kicks off to the Halifax 25, and it's Halifax in possession from the kick-off. And the referee, quick to point out and penalise Salford for an offside at the very first play of the ball. It was either Cassidy or John Gilfillan that he picked out. So that gives Halifax the opportunity to clear their lines. Salford, Gibson under that one. Oh, and that's a miss. It's a poor kick, but Gibson takes it well. And Gibson, his legs, those long legs looking to be stretched this afternoon on these wide open spaces at Old Trafford. Thunking, crunching tackle. Onto Hanson. Tackled by Peter Brown. Peter Brown wanting to show his own teammates something. Nice kick through from Mark Lee. Is it going to go into touch? Yes, it is. In the end, it was Steve Smith who wisely let it roll into touch. So Salford team with 1 or 2 changes. Peter Williams, unfortunately, injured, and David Fell also injured, and so not able to play today. But Frank Cassidy recovered, and so that's no weakness at all to Salford. Now, if that's not a sign of nerves, I don't know what is. It's a big occasion for all these players. Nerves down there. If Salford can keep Halifax down here in this early period of play, then that's where we want to see it. But Halifax with the ball. And there's Peter Brown kicking. We know that he can do that. Lovely kick, making something like 50 yards from inside his own 25 to 12 metres inside the Salford half of the field. So kicking, the order of the day so far, but we're still only in the first couple of minutes, and it's Kerry to put in. It was almost pushed off that one, but got the ball back. And there's some fighting going on. Oh, this is awful. This is so unnecessary. These men all fired up, and this is a disgrace. And it was the Halifax team who started it. The Salford man laid unconscious. It was John Lyon at scrum half who wouldn't let Kerry get the ball to put the ball back in. Mark Lee takes a lot of knocks. Well, that's an example of how fired up both these teams are. What an important occasion it is for everybody on here. And of all people, it's Steve Kerry who's being called out. Now, he can't pick out Kerry on his own, because Kerry, as we know, has got this tremendous record of having played in every single match this season. Never been sin-binned even. The mildest mannered of players. And what I want to know is why the referee didn't pick out a Halifax player for flattening Mark Lee. So that gives an early advantage to Halifax. And that big driving run from Brendan Hill. Big man Brendan Hill. And Peter Bell going on as well. Big, strong, powerful pack that Halifax have got. Now which way is coming on? Richard Milner, and he can't get him down. Yards short of that line. A strong attack from Halifax in the opening 3 minutes of this game. Peter Brown on, and they're almost men over. That was good cover tackling in the end, preventing the ball going out to Greg Austin. But it's going left again, and Peter Brown looking to force his way over as we get to the fifth tackle. Crucial time for Salford, and he's kicked the ball through, and it goes dead. The referee waves away any appeals that it was Peter Brown who was obstructed. It was Arthur Bradshaw. Watch the ball go dead, so it's Salford who have the chance to bring the ball away from their own 25. And Mick Worrell going well, needing 4 men to bring him down. What a crunching start of a game this has been. And this time the referee quite fairly picking out Halifax players for being offside, and I think it was Warren Wilson that he pointed to. So this will give Salford the relief for a few minutes to clear their own lines. Steve Kerry will have composed himself, I'm sure, after that early unfortunate incident, to make good yards down this touchline. What enormous tension there is out there. What enormous tension I have as well. And so it's Salford with the ball inside the Halifax half, just outside the Halifax 25, having withstood that early Halifax pressure, and having withstood it very well, it has to be said. And Steve Kerry going one way then the other, but in the end brought down by John Lyons. Now it's going over left. What's Cassidy going to do? Pretending to pass, but holding on to the ball, taken down by the two props, Hill and Bell. Andy Burgess nowhere to go. That's the fourth tackle. What's the kick going to do? Mark Lee's going to go, and it's nowhere to pass to. It doesn't matter. He's going back to Cassidy, and Cassidy on to Kerry. Kerry threatening to drop, but he doesn't. Almost going to get away. He still does. He gets the ball away to Mick Worrell, but unfortunately Worrell wasn't able to keep hold of that ball. It goes to ground, and so it's a scrum down with Halifax's put in. Well, that was promising play from Salford on the Halifax 25, and there was almost a half chance for Kerry, but it was bottled up by Halifax. So it's Halifax with the ball now. Danger man. Salford know that, and they put him down. No run for Greg Austin that time. Well, 3 tackles from Salford, 3 individual tackles before Milner was put down, and there's the kick early. Gibson should have time, and that bounces very nicely for him. He's got the whole team in front of him. Nearly slips, gets round one man, but not round the second man. Gibson will be in his element here today. A big occasion for all these Salford players. First ever appearance in this competition in the final, and here at Old Trafford. Ian Blease now onto Arthur Bradshaw. Arthur Bradshaw on his own, but even so driving on into the Halifax half. Hartley, little kick through, and Evans is following it up, and where's that ball? And Evans is chasing it well, and he's nearly through, and he's nearly there, and it just bounces dead. What tremendous play from Salford, a planned move. Mark Lee signalled to Evans that he was kicking, the ball bounced delightfully, stayed into play, didn't quite go dead when the Halifax defenders, when that was Silver and Smith, thought it was going to go dead. It was Evans who got his foot to it, and they're very unlucky that it just bounced over that line for what could have been the first score to Salford. So Salford opening well. They've withstood the first Halifax fierce assault and have now come back well themselves with 7 or 8 minutes gone. But Ian Blease, not the offender. That was Peter Brown who was the offender, seen by both the referee and the linesman for using his elbow. Good refereeing, good linesmaning. That's Mr. Spencer with the yellow flag. So Salford have the chance here to sustain this early pressure inside the Halifax 25, and there's 6 tackles on. Hansen will take the first one. So a wonderful attacking platform here for Salford now. They withstood that early pressure onto Andy Burgess. Andy Burgess nearly breaks, well he breaks the first tackle from Brendan Hill, but there are 2 more defenders there. Now Salford talking to each other. Cassidy going half round Wilson, but then being grounded, and it's Martin Burkitt passing on to Arthur Bradshaw. But the tackling from Halifax, sound, capable. Mark Lee's going on his own, and it's out to Arthur Bradshaw, and Bradshaw stopped just inches short of the line. Are they going to go for the 4-point try, or are they going to go for the drop goal? Oh, Halifax must be offside there, and in the end Cassidy's dropped the ball. Extremely unlucky for Salford. Tremendous attack, quick thinking from Lee. They thought he was going for the drop goal, he didn't, he hung on to the ball and finished up just inches short of the line. And what a good tackle from Hansen that was on Bell. But Halifax, Peter Brown looking to bring the ball away, but again a good tackle from Lee. And the tackling from Salford, as good as we've known all season. Salford with the best defensive record, Halifax with the best attacking record. The kick's coming from Brown, bouncing deep. Hadley's going to take it comfortably at the second attempt. Now he's going to run, he's going around the outside, he's seen a gap, is he going to kick? He's going around the outside, but just pushed into touch. Great recovery tackle from Brendan Hill. Hadley had gone round 2 men, but perhaps he should have stayed in play, perhaps he should have taken the inside path. But had he been round that man, there really was a very clear try-scoring opportunity. But that gives Halifax possession from that scrum with winger Martin Wood. And Salford breaking away from that scrum quickly to defend. A good crunching tackle from Burgess and Blease. And that's Bell. Well tackled, Burkitt and Worrell. Now Halifax coming over right, these gaps, if they can see that there are. Good tackle on Milner. Now Salford coming over here, but now there's space over the left side. That's a good long pass. Evans is coming up, and he's got him. No, he hasn't, he's missed him. But Gilfillan has got him on the 5th tackle. It looked as though he was in touch. A sharp run from Silver that. There's the kick through. Who's got it covered? Gibson has. Yes, he takes it well. Now he's coming, he's going that way. He gets clear. He stretches his legs. The crowd roar, and he's still going. Brilliant break, brilliant clearing run from Steve Gibson, taking the ball over his own 25. It's a big wide spaces on this pitch. You really can see that it's a few yards wider than some of the rugby league grounds that we played on this season. An enormous amount of tension out there. 11 minutes gone. There's the kick ahead, this time into space. It's taking time, comfortably taken by Smith, running at Gilfillan, but the tackle, Gilfillan and Evans good enough to bring him down. And Gilfillan there with his second. So Halifax in possession inside their own half, 0-0, 11 minutes gone. What a good two-pronged tackle from Blease and Worrell. Big men in this Halifax team. Now there's an opening, and the inside pass. Now Salford need to. Oh, final pass dropped, and it's play on, and Hadley's running well, and he's straightening up, and he can't quite get away. Well, that was dangerous. That was Halifax showing why they've scored so many points this season. They have men over on this side, and it was great defensive covering in the end that prevented the man getting away. And that was a good cover tackle from John Linens there, because Salford had men over on that occasion. So exciting start from both teams with chances, with half chances. Now there's a chance on from here, and Gilfillan can't quite get away. Greg Austin bringing him down, but it's a nice pass on to him. But there's the kick, it's going nowhere. In fact, it's going straight back, and Salford recover it. And it's the 5th tackle called, so they can do another kick. It's Cassidy's kick. It's going high. Everybody's onside. Fullback's coming for it. Oh, and takes that ball very well. Under pressure, but not the closest pressure. Bradshaw and Burgess were there. He took the ball very cleanly. And now it's Halifax bringing it away. Crunching tackle on Bell. Salford defence holding well. Now it's going to go along the line, but the tackling's good. Now the kick's coming, putting Salford back. Gibson taking his time, making sure. Passing on to Evans, and Evans getting space down that side, and passing back inside to Gibson, and Gibson's clear. And who's got with him? He's got Kerry with him. Now can Kerry go on his own? Got the fullback to beat, going round the outside, and he's going to make it, and he's going under the post. What a brilliant try! Gibson and Evans and Kerry, and deserved applause from the whole of this Old Trafford crowd. A tremendous effort, and what's happened there? Somebody's down. Tremendous effort. It was Gibson first of all, on to Evans, back to Gibson in support, and then it went on to Kerry. He chose to take on the fullback round the outside and went all the way to score the first try of the game after about 14 minutes. Put Salford in front. Salford 4, Halifax 0. No kicks today are going to be easy. They're all under pressure. 2 points, very important. And he's missed it. Oh, Kerry will be disappointed about that. But what a super try that was. Tremendous try from inside their own half. Salford beat the Speed Merchants at their own game. Tremendous start from Salford. 4 points to 0. Ooh, Hadley just making sure, getting that. And now, but being trapped under his own post by the good run from the Halifax players. So just when the ball looked as though it was going dead, it was Halifax. And that's a nice run from Andy Burgess, seeing a slight opening and making valuable yards. And Andy Burgess doing the same, meant to pass it to. And Lee deciding to hang on, safety first inside your own 25. And Mick Worrell coming on his own. What an elusive runner Mick Worrell is. Good 10 metres forward. Salford clearing the lines outside their own 25. The kick's going to come. Is it going right? It is. It's going high. It's going long. Salford offside. Comfortably taken by Steve Smith. So Halifax have to run the ball now. There's no way through there. No way through Hanson and Burgess. Halifax coming on the short side. And Silver pushes off Burkitt, but well tackled by Hadley. Hadley attacked in half then. And now it's going over the line. But by the time the third pass came, then there were 2 Salford tacklers up onto Belt, preventing him getting the ball away. So now it's going right. Peter Brown getting the ball on. Oh, and that was a good pass on. Now Halifax, dangerous attack, but wonderful cover. John Lyons drawing the men before putting it onto the winger. But Hadley's tackle was good enough, and now there are men over for Halifax on the left-hand side. Instead, it's little kick through. They're all watching it. Who's going to take it? Does anybody need to take it? No, they don't. It just ran dead. Wisely left by Gibson and Evans. had it judged to perfection, which gives Salford the chance now to bring the ball away again. So what a game we've got on here. Halifax looking very lively in that attack. Just looks as though the game's relaxed a little bit now. The initial tension which exploded at that very first scrum in the second minute of the game seems to have given way to the flowing rugby that we know both these teams are capable of. And it's Salford which so far have taken the initiative by scoring the first try. So now, what's going to happen? Little kick through from Cassidy, impeded, but is he still going to get there first? And was that a knock-on? The referee was thinking about it, but in the end, he's going to stop the clock for an injury on fullback Smith. It was a 50-50 ball. The fullback was there first. So, thankfully, the fullback's recovered back into the play, and it's Halifax in possession inside their own half. Halifax have demonstrated their attacking potential at the start of the game, and in the last 2 or 3 minutes when they've come into it. And now there's a chance, well picked up by Cassidy. That was perhaps a slack pass from Peter Brown, thinking he got men with him. He was certainly surrounded by his own players, but he threw it into a space and Cassidy was onto it like a shot. Andy Burgess looking to drive through. Salford lining out right, left, it's coming with Kerry. Kerry's going to go on his own, pretends to pass but hangs on to the ball. Takes the tackle, now it's coming left. Arthur Bradshaw making a few more yards, just outside the Halifax 25. Mark Lee, is there a kick on? There is, it's a little kick over, but I don't think Hadley was ready for that. And the ball's being dropped, and where are the chasers? They're there. Well, I think if that move had been communicated, then Salford could have had an even better scoring chance. As it is, it's Halifax again looking to bring it clear. Now Halifax going out left. That was a bad pass, but there's still men over. Now where's Salford's defence? Where's Salford's defence? That's on to Austin. Now he's in the clear. He's in the clear. But what a good tackle from Kerry, putting him down on the 5th tackle. And Salford mustn't go to sleep. There's the kick coming. Is it going to Hadley? What's he going to do with it? He's going to watch it go so that Salford can have the put in at this scrum. So there we saw Greg Austin going up a gear then when he had the chance to run. But full credit to Steve Kerritt for taking the tackle head on and pulling him down. So Halifax livening up now, there's no doubt about it. Coming more into the game. And Salford are going to have to do the defending. And now there's Hadley nearly away. So Salford in possession, but inside their own 25. And Gibson will take it on. Gibson's still going and he passes it on. Now where's the Salford men now? Just taking a breather. Now they're lining out right. If they can get that ball out right now, there's certainly an overlap possibility. But instead, Shane Hansen, safety first, driving it out from your own 25 to Ian Blease. What the tackling firm from Halifax, Peter Brown and Peter Bell, and they can't get up. Yes, he can. What's going to happen now? Along to Mick Worrell. That's right. Well, we've got Mick Worrell. Looked as though he was going to break clear, and now Lee's signalling that there's a kick on. As it is, that one's along the ground, and that's a nice kick. Excellent kick from Mark Lee, finding the gap between the winger and the fullback, putting it into touch inside the Halifax 25. So we've had 22 minutes. Salford 4, Halifax 0. Halifax attacking machine. Looking as though it's starting to get into action. But Greg Austin well brought down by Gilfillan on that occasion. Greg Austin had a spell at Salford a couple of seasons ago, 86 to 88, and scored. Oh, look at this attack still going on. And now, good tackle from Blease, just when it looked as though Martin Wood might get in the clear. And Greg Austin scored 20 odd tries for Salford in that spell. Now is that a chance? Oh, Evans is there. Evans, one of the best defensive wingers that there is. They've lost the ball. Oh, because the man was injured. A crunching tackle from Evans on Matthew Silver. and so the referee penalising Salford. But that was the tackle from Evans that really does demonstrate what an asset he is to this Salford team. Well, sympathetic applause for Matthew Silver, hobbling off after that crunching tackle from Tex Evans, and he's been replaced by Alan Platt. And that was a very necessary tackle from Evans, because had that man got in the clear, then there really was a try-scoring opportunity to Halifax. So it was a very timely tackle from Evans, and now Halifax looking well. Excellent play from them. Now there's an opening on, but what a good tackle that was from Andy Burgess on their fullback Smith in the line. Smith, who created the overlap, the extra man, but well brought down by Andy Burgess. Now there's tackles not quite complete. Richard Milner, very difficult to put down, but in the end it's Bradshaw and Burgess and Hansen who just do just that. Onto Peter Brown. Peter Brown, we know how dangerous he can be, taking the tackles and then slipping the ball away. Now, chance for here, he's going out left. Oh, good tackle from Mick Worrell on John Lyons when it looked as though he might get the ball free. Now it's a little kick ahead. It's a tricky one. Evans is under it, and he gets it. Oh, but it's bounced into his hands. It bounced out of Evans and Gibson's hands into the winger, but Evans was still there to tackle. Big opportunity for Halifax here. Big overlap on the right, but they've got their own men there, and Salford penalised. Gibson penalised for pushing him down at the play of the ball. And from that situation, perhaps Evans and Gibson didn't shout to each other clearly enough, or perhaps it's just the fact that there's so much noise out there that they couldn't hear each other. But in the circumstances, that was a try-scoring opportunity that Halifax might have had, because the Halifax player regathered the ball from the bounce, the ricochet off either Evans or Gibson. But the Salford defence was good enough when it looked as though all he had to do was go two strides over to score. In fact, I think it was Gibson's hand who pulled him back. And how many times have we seen Gibson do that this season? The number of tries that Gibson has saved really are countless. There was one against Workington last week in the semi-final, and a second one in the second half. And he and O'Neill combined to make a match-saving, try-saving tackle. So it's Halifax with the penalty attempt. And he misses it. Well, a let-off for Salford. Still 4 points to 0 in the lead. 27 minutes gone. And Kerry with the chance now to kick this ball well clear, making a lot of ground, but well taken by Mick Keebles, loose forward for Halifax, who makes good 30 yards to the halfway line. A handoff from Peter Bell, but in the end the three Salford tacklers good enough. And Peter Brown, Mick Worrell on his back, stopping getting away, but the play the ball comes quickly. This gives Halifax an advantage because there are men over. They're spreading the ball wide, gone to but look, and there's the ball coming out, but Evans gets it. Oh, that was tremendous covering from Salford. Gilfillan put in the vital last tackle to prevent Austin getting away, and when the ball went loose, it was just one tackle too many, one pass too many from Halifax. The ball went loose, and it was Evans who was in there. Well, that was kicking out at the play of the ball, and the ricochet's gone to the Halifax man. Evans was there to intercept, but now, in that play of the ball, it's Halifax who had the upper hand again. The game's getting a bit rough again, but Halifax in the ascendancy now. They got men over this side, but the tackle on Roy Sutherwood was excellent. But come on, where's the Salford cover on this side? Peter Brown well taken down, and ball's loose, but Halifax get it again. No, they don't. It's Steve Kerry who rescues the loose ball. Oh, and kicking out before he's played the ball, and that's rightly a penalty to Salford. In fact, I think there are some who would say it should have been a penalty earlier when Halifax played a similar game. So it's Kerry slowing things down, making absolutely certain with that kick for touch. And Salford in possession. Who's going for the first run? Hansen hit the Brown sign. Well, that tackle right under us makes you realise what a difficult game, what a tough game this rugby league is. Leon to Burgess. Burgess, well tackled by the two Halifax forwards, Ramshaw and Bell. Now it's coming out left. And Cassidy, oh, Cassidy, beautiful dummy, nearly away, but it was Brendan Hill, big man, who prevented the final pass. Kerry, seeing that the route for the pass was blocked, did the sensible thing, went his own. Oops! Gibson tackled before he could get away, kicking the ball almost anywhere. Now the scrum half taking men with him. So Salford defence coming under pressure. Halifax maybe inside their own half, but you can see their attacking potential, but not from that play. Halifax now lined up right, but the ball's going left. Salford men must have him covered. Get him down. Can't get him down. Referee shouts held. Now it'll come out right. There are men over. There's an overlap on this side. If Halifax can see it, but the extra pass went on from Austin when Austin was tackled, and it's still the fullback in the line, and now there's a chance for Halifax, but what a great tackle that was from Kerry. Halifax opening up the Salford defence then, and that was forward, but referee plays on. But a great tackle on John Lyons. So 10 metres out, there's space over on the left, and they're running at the Salford defence, and he's going on his own and scores. Brilliant dummy, excellent try from Roy Sutherwood. It's Halifax's first try of the game, but the attack came from right inside Halifax's own half. They put a number of moves together. They went up a gear all of a sudden, and they found the overlap on Salford's right. It was the scrum half, Roy Sutherwood, who ran some like 10 metres without a Salford man coming to him, sold a dummy and went through the line, went through the space and scored on his own. That makes the score Salford 4, Halifax 4, and we've had 31 minutes play. Salford to kick off. It's going high. So Salford will know. Salford now know about the Halifax scoring machine. And there's the one-handed pass away, the extra man in the line, but again it's Kerry with a great cover tackle on John Lyons, preventing him get away. But Halifax again, in that second play from the kick-off, found an extra man, and and that's how they're doing it. They're breaking tackles and throwing the ball out, and it was Kerry's timely interception on that occasion. So Gilfillan with the ball. So a timely interception from Kerry, giving Salford the chance to just recover themselves a little bit. And Evans looking to drive through. Salford now starting to line out this side. Onto Kerry with Cassidy. Cassidy could see that there was nobody to pass through. The Halifax defenders were up very quickly. Halifax will now have a spring in the step now with that equalising score. What Kerry going to do? Is he going to kick? No, he's not. He's going to go through, and he gets the pass out to Burkitt, and Burkitt squirming his way through, making very valuable 15 yards then when it looked as though all was lost. And Kerry again. Burgess with the kick this time, and that's a good kick into space. Hadley's trotting with it. Ooh. The crowd, ooh, high ooh. It looks as though Smith had dropped that ball, but he didn't. He took it at the second attempt, and Hadley's there with the tackle. And now Halifax are looking to get their runners in position. Gaps on Salford's defence on the right, but Halifax seeming content, but they're not. Now they're going to swing it out. It goes behind the men, and it's Bradshaw there first with Gilfillan to do the tackling. Now coming out the kick from Peter Brown. Good long kick, and that sits comfortably up in the air for Gibson to take. Gibson, which way will he go? Right, left, through the middle. Taken down by Wilson and Keebles. And Hadley, will he go through? Crunching tackle from Peter Brown. Andy Burgess looking for a way through. Looking to get his pass out, but nobody quite with him. Mark Lee, it's going out right onto Cassidy. Now they're doing the run around. but again the Halifax covering line was up there so quickly that there was no route for the pass. So it's Halifax in the ascendancy at the minute. The kick's going to come, and that's a good kick. It's going into touch, is it? It's driving back. It is an excellent kick from Cassidy. And they're looking to play rugby right from their own line. And there's a great break. A great break from there. Standoff, John Lyons. And the Salford cover good enough to stop him getting completely clear. But Halifax really going up again now. And there's a pass on. And the referee deciding that ball was dropped by the Halifax player, but it's certainly in a period of play now that Halifax are in the ascendancy. They're playing the better rugby. They're looking the more dangerous on attack. And it's a penalty. I think we could see very clearly then from this position that it was Brendan Hill at number 8 was striking at the ball whilst it was still in the pack. So is Kerry going to go for goal? No, he's deciding to go for touch, make more yards. Salford in an attacking position just on the Halifax 25. So what can Salford do here? There are something like 3 minutes to half time. A try at this time really would be the ideal time. Salford lining out well, men over onto Blease, but just had to slow his stride a little bit to take that ball. Salford still in possession. Gilfillan going on his own, nobody with him. Tackling good. Salford lining out right and left. Which way is it going? It's going right. And getting to the Lee sensibly holding on. A loose pass even from that position of the ground could lead to an interception. And that would now Martin Burkitt. Deceptive runner Martin Burkitt. So it's the 5th tackle. What will happen now? Is it going to be the drop goal attempt? We're going to go for the try. It's going to go for Cassidy's drop goal attempt. And is it there? It is. Good thinking from Cassidy. When you're attacking, every point matters. That puts Salford in the lead. So a vital time to score. It might only have been 1 point, but in the game as close as this one, every point really is going to count when it gets to the final whistle. So we've got 2 minutes to half time, and Salford in the lead by 5 points to 4. Hadley bringing the ball away. Andy Burgess making more good yards. Salford lining out right. Mick Worrell. Mark Lee gets a nice pass out to Gilfillan. Going round one man and two. Oh, and he nearly got away. An excellent dummy from Gilfillan. But the tackling sensed what was happening. And it was Austin and try scorer Sutherwood who were wise to it. And now Cassidy's seen the gap on his own. He's gone through it on his own. And he's going all the way on his own. He might as well. Brilliant break from Cassidy. He saw a gap and he seemed to coast through it. Excellent play. And now it's Salford. What are they going to, is it going to be another drop goal attempt? Yes, it is. And how is it? Yes, it is. It's there. Tremendous play from Salford. Cassidy's break, absolutely brilliant. Going through a gap that barely existed, making yards up to the 25, and Kerry in the right position to follow it up with a drop goal. Another point to Salford, almost on the stroke of half-time. Salford 6, Halifax 4. Well, every point going to be so vital. 2 drop goals in 2 minutes. So Halifax kicking off, and that hasn't gone 10 yards, and therefore it's a penalty. Referee absolutely in the right position. We don't often see that. We don't often see the 10 metre kick. It's normally going very deep these days. But we saw it, Workington were doing it on Sunday and on Tuesday, and that time the referee in absolutely the right place. And Kerry placing the ball, but not going for goal. He's going to make touch on the far side of the field. I think one of the things we've got to remember, or is he going to make touch? No, he's not. No, a kick wasted, and that man coasts round Evans. So the initiative back with Halifax, when it looks as though Salford with the penalty perhaps should even have just taken the tap, because now Halifax moving well. And there's a gap, a big gap for Austin to go through. This is the man who scores all the tries. But what a tremendous tackle from Kerry, making amends from that kick. Austin going through a gap a mile wide then, and there are men over here, and he's going over from the line, and has he given it? No, yes he has. He's given the try. Salford players not happy, but the try given at the end of a good attack from Halifax. It started, regrettably, from Kerry's inability to make touch from the kick, and then it was Austin who showed his speed, made tremendous yards, 50 or 60 yards up this side of the field. The tackle from Kerry was good enough to bring him down, but the rest of the team were up there in support, and it was Brendan Hill who was able to go in by the post. Even so, the Salford tackling was good, it was there, it wasn't non-existent, but he's such a strong man, he had the momentum, and they couldn't stop him going over. So I think Salford will be disappointed with that, coming when it did, so close to half-time, and after they'd done so well themselves in taking the lead with 2 drop goals. And the conversion attempts, absolutely solid that time, from Alan Platt right through the middle. Now puts Halifax in front by 10 points to 6. That's how close it was to half-time, when Salford should have been coming in 6-4 up. Unfortunately, they're coming in 10-6 down. But it's been a great first half, and they're not out of it by any means. It's going to be a second half full of attacking flair. They know they're going to throw the ball around, and it's all to be played for. This really has been the best season Salford had for a long time, and nothing, win, lose or draw today, can take that away from a tremendous performance for the whole season, from all the players, from all the coaching staff, from Chairman Wilkinson. They all deserve the greatest accolades from Salford, from all the Salford spectators. You can tell the club's in good hands. As it is, it's the second half. Salford know that they've got to score the points. There's a freshness in this play at the start of the game. It's Salford 6, Halifax 10. Halifax having taken the lead in the very last play of the first half, just when it looked as though Salford were going to go into half-time, 2 points in the lead. But as it is, it's Halifax who are there. Ian Blee's running well. Not properly put down, and so it's Ian Sherritt who takes it on. Sherritt's come on in place of Arthur Bradshaw. Salford at the 5th tackle. And there's the little kick through. Hadley's on the chase. Hadley's chasing hard. But the right winger from Halifax, Martin Wood, goes down on the ball. But this gives Salford an excellent position at the start of this half, and they really do want to keep Halifax down here for as long as they can. Well, that means making the tackles count every time. Halifax now bringing the ball away over their own 25. There's a scrum half, forcing his way through. That's just how he scored the try. Excellent break from Sutherwood, making yards. Now it's the runner, but there's a pass over, and the kick comes. Gibson's got it covered, but there were men over then. Gibson makes sure he picks the ball up cleanly, going one way then the other, going round that way. Can he break free? No, he can't. In the end, it's substitute Platt who takes him down. Platt playing on this right wing. Evans wanting to go on his own, and does nearly gets away. Great determination from Evans, wouldn't be put down. Coming in from his wing position onto Sherritt. Sherritt's going to drive on, but looking for men to pass to, nobody with him. In the end, it's 3 tacklers from Halifax needed to bring him down. Now it's going out left, long way left. Now there's a chance. McWerrell comes back inside, doesn't quite get the ball out, just slips at the vital time. But Kerry going now, little kick through. But who's there covering? Oh, it's the wonderful play. Sutherwood, scrum half, was covering it, and Kerry, scrum half, was up on the attack, putting him down at the first opportunity. Salford have got to keep the tackling going. Halifax have shown what pace they've got. Given just a few inches. Every man, all these forwards, strong men, can all make yards. Now it's going out right. The chance here for Halifax, his men over. Martin Burkitt, the man comes inside, but Hadley's there. Hadley's there making an all-important tackle. But Halifax now still lined out that way. But there's a good kick through, putting Salford right back, almost on their own line, something like 7 or 8 yards from their own line. So that was Halifax showing what a good team they are. Champions, Salford, against runners-up Halifax, ironically not played each other in the league because of the fixture formula. But Halifax having demonstrated that they can score the points in this game and throughout the season. Gibson passing on to Cassidy, but the Halifax cover very fast. And Salford needs some good driving runs like that one then from Andy Burgess, making 20 good yards for his own post. Now is there a chance onto Hansen, onto Burkitt. Burkitt inside to Hadley. Can Hadley get clear? Not quite. But that was brighter play from Salford. Much better into passing. And Burkitt's looking to run. Getting the ball out. Back inside to Sherratt. Sherratt's going to break the man. Can he break the tackle almost? Valuable yards. Couldn't quite get the pass out to Hadley. Now Salford lined up well on this side. Kick through. The chase is on. But it's fullback Smith who has time to cover. And he's going to run if they don't stop him. What a tremendous tackle that was from Cassidy. And the ball goes loose. And the referee penalises Cassidy somewhat harshly. But it gives Halifax the chance, well, to do a carry. Now what's the judge? Oh, the touch just said it was already in touch. So it's Halifax with the possession. And Salford have got to move up. They've got to make the tackles count. They've got to stop Halifax getting this ball to their flyers and to their strongmen. Drop the ball. Salford recover it. Well, that was Peter Bell breaking through. Andy Burgess having to hold on. Salford not lined out. Salford going to have to go up a gear here. And Gibson's through, and he doesn't have to kick, he's got Kerry with him. Now can Kerry go to the post? Can he go all the way? He's going to make it. Yes, he is. He's in there, under the post. What a magnificent try from Salford. It was Steve Gibson from just outside his own 25 who suddenly saw the opening. He went through it. He pretended as though he was going to kick, but he shouted. He heard Kerry shout that he was alongside him. And Kerry got up in support, took the ball and raced the length of the field to score under the post. What a tremendous try for Salford, and it couldn't have come at a better time of the game to put them well and truly back in this game with only 6 minutes gone in the second half. What a super try from Salford. Great break from Gibson, excellent following up from Kerry, and a tremendous flourish at the end. So Kerry, conversion attempt under the post, making no mistake, putting Salford back into the lead. 12 points to 10. And now the pressure will go back on Halifax. But it's Salford, I've got to remember. They've got to keep up the tackling. That this performance that we've seen from them in these opening minutes of this second half has to be maintained and sustained for the rest of the game. They know that they can do it. They've scored 2 tries against Halifax. They've made the conversions count. And there's Hadley away. Now can Hadley go? Well, what's he going to do? Is he going to go on his own? He is. Oh, yes, he is. No, the linesman's pulled him back. Well, there was a break from nothing, going down the short side. And in fact, if he'd kicked then from this position, it looked as though he'd have had a better chance of getting clear. As it was a tremendous covering tackle from Smith, who just put Hadley into touch. But what a fine time that would have been to score another try. Now it's Halifax. And certainly this game is proving to be the spectacle that everybody hoped it would be. End-to-end stuff, both teams wanting to play rugby. Hadley seems to have got a knock on his ankle in that play. But staying on the field. And Halifax in possession now, making good yards, making every play count, and now they've got a man over. And it's Austin going through, but who's there first? It's going to be Burkett going. Now is he going to get to the line first? What's he going to do? Is he going to make it count? Yes, he is, and he scores! He must give the try! He's not given it! How on earth can the referee not give that? He couldn't see, no, he'd looked to the linesman, and it was the linesman who judged that Burkett bent over in 2 movements. Now Salford, are they going to regret that? Because that really was a chance to take this game ahead of Halifax and leave them out of it altogether. Oh, but it was a charge down from Cassidy. Burkett was following it up. There was nothing wrong in that. The bounce just didn't go for him. What a let-off for Halifax. How unlucky for Salford when 4 more points there really could have been absolutely vital. That was a forward pass. The whole crowd told the referee, who took no notice. And as it is, it's Halifax still with a chance, and with an overlap, if that ball could have been got away. As it was, the tackle from Cassidy was enough to put the man off the side to the ball. Oh, there's a break, and now there's a chance. Now they've got the men over. Now it's Austin. What's he going to do? He's going to pass it miles forward, and the referee's given it. The referee's seen that it was a forward pass, and he's pulled them back, and that was absolutely the right decision. Boy, he missed the other one a few minutes earlier, but I'm glad he was up with play that time. So there we have so much excitement in this game. A try from Salford, another near try from Salford. Halifax going away and scoring at the other end, only for it to be pulled back because of the forward pass from Austin. So that was the danger man, Austin, making the tries for others then. And so Salford live again, still in the lead by 12 points to 10. And this game started off well. It started off explosively, and the tempo's gone higher and higher as the game's gone on. And there's Blease, men bouncing off him, taking 3 attempts to put him down. The blind side, the kick ahead. Is it going to make touch? Is it? It's running and running, and it is. That's an excellent kick from Mark Lee, driving Halifax back to something like 10 metres inside their own 22. So just at the moment, it's perhaps Salford with the edge. If only Martin Burkett could have put that ball down cleanly a few minutes ago. Well, Adrian Hadley deciding that it'd be wiser to come off. And Mick Dean's coming on. Mick Dean's going to play where? Well, this is a big change to be made to the Salford team now. Adrian Hadley's scoring prowess is well known. And Mick Dean, as a forward going on in the wing, could leave Salford a little bit vulnerable over that side. Perhaps they'll put him in the pack and put Burgess out there. As it is. Oh, that must be a knock-on. Bit of slack play from Halifax. Now Salford, without Hadley, Salford's leading try scorer, 31 tries this season to Hadley. But with a scrum in the possession just inside their own half, and is it? Yes, Kerry recovers that ball. So Mick Dean playing his unaccustomed position, and the referee penalising Hill that played the ball. So what will Kerry do this time? I think somebody's bringing the stand on to decide for him. Yes, it's the right decision to go for goal. Mick Dean playing in the unaccustomed position of left wing now. So the penalty going to Salford. Kerry Not the easiest of kicks. About 30 metres out. All kicks are pressure kicks today, but this one really could be a vital one. Strikes it well, but no, it drifts to the left-hand side of the post. Lee's trying to get the ball out. Mark Lee's seen the chance. And now Cassidy's going on. Oh, but that was a high tackle, and surely that must be 10 minutes in the sin bin. Cassidy flattened then as he was going through. He'd seen the space, he'd gone for it, and had he been clear then, there's a fair chance he would have made it to the line. And that referee is being very, very lenient with Richard Milner. Certainly the penalty's going to come Salford's way, and certainly Kerry must have another go at goal. But for him not to have been sin-binned for that really is a sign of over-generosity on the part of the referee. So another penalty attempt for Steve Kerry. Boos from the Manchester contingent in the crowd, the Lancashire contingent. They know that man should have been sin-binned. Well, the weather forecast was for a drizzly day. It's not that, it's fine, it's dry and it's warm, and the temperature down there is getting very high indeed. Kerry making no mistake with that one. Excellent kick from Kerry. Pressure kick, putting Salford 2 more points in the lead. They're now Salford 14, Halifax 10. Halifax kick off again. Martin Burkitt making no mistake, bringing the ball in play. Martin Burkitt played very well these last few games of the season, and his 2 tries against Working on Tuesday were really outstanding, his second one in particular. And Liam Blease looking to go one way and then the other. Little kick coming through very early in the plays, but it's going a long way round. He's gone a long way down the touchline, just onto the Halifax 25. So Salford keeping Halifax pinned down inside their own territory. But Halifax, we know, are dangerous from any part of this pitch. Prize of Salford from this end of the ground. Halifax win that one. Salford have got to move up in the tackling. They've got to find all these reserves of strength and stamina. Great tackle from Cassidy. You wouldn't think he'd been flattened himself just a few minutes earlier. Now it's on to the big man. But Ian Blease is up to it, and Cassidy and Shane Hanson stopping him. Now it's going out right. But a man over, it's Peter Brown. Is he looking as though he's going to dummy? As it was, it's the inside pass it came. And Steve Kerry's let him missed him. Now there's men over. It's Gil Fillan. Tremendous cover tackle from Gil Fillan, who came from nowhere to put him down. But Halifax have got men over on this side. Big overlap. The Salford covers are coming across fast. The kick through. Oh, it's gone over the top. And the man is bent over. And he's not got it. He's in touch. Tremendous recovery from the Salford defence. Gibson making the last tackle, Mick Dean involved as well, and a treat of rugby from one end of the field to the other, from one side to the other. A Gil Fillan tackle on Richard Milner as he went through from nowhere, and then the defence coming in to prevent the try from being scored, giving Salford this put in, and Mick Dean in his unaccustomed position of right winger choosing the short side. And Andy Burgess going on as well. Andy Burgess, under 21 international, having a great season. Oh, now that's unfair, isn't it? He got up, it was a very harsh decision because he was doing his best to play the ball. But as it is, the referee's given the penalty to Halifax, and what are they going to do? Are they going to go for goal? No, they're not. They're going to put it into touch. They're going to keep the pressure on Salford. They're going to go for the 4-point try and the conversion as well. So it's Halifax with the big men. Good tackling from Worrell and Hanson. Salford defence must be on its mettle. Blue shirts coming from all angles. Peter Brown getting the ball out, but the ball's lost, and that's not going to be a try. Has to be a knock-on. And Halifax lost the ball, but part of the reason for that was that tenacious tackling from that Salford team. Lined out there so convincing. They went up a gear, so Salford have the put in, and now there's a break on, and it was Kerry dummying to Gibson and wisely hanging on, and Gibson wanting to go on his own, but nowhere to go that time. So Salford steadying things down. Hansen taking the first tackle. Steadying things down. 14 points to 10 in the lead, Salford are. We're almost halfway through. There's a nice pass on to Mick Worrell, who saw the opening, but as soon as he saw it, the Halifax tacklers filled that gap and brought him down. Now who's that to? Standing still. On to Martin Burkitt. On to Evans. And Evans going round him, and Martin Burkitt takes the pass on, and this is a great play from Salford, and Cassidy goes, but the tackling sound from Halifax, the attack from Salford, crisp and lively into play, and now Salford are looking to do something. It's the kick on, and it's going to make good yards. It's driving them back, and now where's the Salford chasers? Can they keep him down there? They can. Evans being penalised for the second tackle on fullback. Now Salford will have to be wary of giving away these unnecessary penalties. The tackle had been made. Halifax was slow in getting back, but the Salford line was there. So that kick gives relief to Halifax and puts them in possession inside their own half. There's a good tackle from Hansen. What an asset he's been to Salford this season. Now there are men over, little inside pass. But the tackling good. Now Halifax coming out left. Hill looking to release the ball. Couldn't get it away. Now it's going right. Now there are men. A kick from, and there's that pace. There's that pace that we know Austin capable of, the inside pass. And he's going to go and score. Under the posts, the best possible place to score from Warren Wilson. Might have been the scorer, but it was Greg Austin, the maker. He took 4 defenders with him, saw that there was a man inside when he was covered, got the pass over to him, and it was Warren Wilson who raced under the post to score. The last despairing tackle from Steve Gibson, not quite able to shake him off his balance, and so Halifax right back in the game at 14 points to Halifax, 14 points to Salford. Conversion attempt successful, putting Halifax in the lead, slenderest of margins, 16 points to 14, and ironically that score from Halifax came after a period of bright play from Salford down the Salford left, with Burkitt and Evans and Cassidy interchanging well on their passing. The kick ahead went right to the Halifax line, then they had the penalty, and from the series of plays after that we had that excellent run from Austin, electrifying speed, the inside pass just too good for the cover, and Wilson went over to score. So can Salford come back? We've had something like 22 minutes in this second half. 3 tries to Halifax to 2 to Salford. 16 points to Halifax, 14 to Salford. And there's the kick, driving Salford back. The Yorkshire supporters are now going to make their voices heard more. It really is wonderful to see this Old Trafford Stadium. There's Kerry going, he gets his ball onto Evans. Wonderful to see this Old Trafford Stadium full for rugby league. Rugby league at the end of the season. An excellent tribute to the game. And everybody must be enjoying this one. It's tough and it's fierce, but it's fair, and there's no little skill in it as well. And there are tries, flowing rugby in both teams. On to Hansen. To Gilfillan. Round one man. But then there are three others to bring him down. Really was electrifying pace from Austin to draw the men for that play. And Cassidy, dummying, looking as though he's going to kick, quite able to get his pass away. Now there are something on for Salford. Little kick through. On! And now there's a chance on to Burkitt, and it's on to Evans, and Evans is going to score. Brilliant try from that sloppy play from Halifax. Kerry picked the ball up and there were many supporting. It was Burgess and it was Burkitt, and finally on to Evans, who went in to score to put Salford back in front at 18 points to 16. Just when it looked as though Halifax were going to turn the screw and run away, it's Salford have come back, and an excellent try. Loose play, the ball was picked up by Kerry, crisp passes onto Burgess, to Burkitt, and Evans was over out there about 10 metres from that corner flag. Salford in the lead, 18 points to 16. Strikes it well, and the crowd say it's there. An excellent kick, rapturous applause from the Lancashire supporters. Yorkshire supporters quiet at this minute. 2 more points for Salford, now in the lead by 20 points to 16. And really, what an exciting game. It started off in explosive fashion. It settled down to open, flowing rugby. It's got better and better, and it's Salford who are in front. And look at that play from the kick-off. Blease diving to make sure he kept the ball. The sun comes out. It's a warm, clammy day. Temperatures rising onto Blease. Halifax now having to tackle. Halifax 16, Salford 20. Now it's coming out right. Shane Hansen. Not quite able to get that ball away. To Cassidy. Is he going to kick? No, he's not. He knew it was only the 4th tackle. Cassidy's had a good game today. Now Lee will kick. Driving kick. Oh, but well taken by Matthew Wood. Straight into his arms, and he took it cleanly. So you get the feel that either of these teams can score whenever they're in possession. Who's going to keep the nerve the longest? Scrum halves had a good game. Sutherwood's played well. Oh, there's a chance on, but the ball went to ground, and Burgess, no, it was Dean, not getting involved with anything with Smith. The overlap had been created on this side. Change on the Salford team. Nicky Worrell's got an injury. Great applause for him as he comes off. Arthur Bradshaw coming back on. Great squad of players at Salford. Oh, and Salford have lost that one against the head. They were pushed off it. Something's going on in that scrum. Now, where's the Salford cover? Austin on to try scorer. Burkitt's got him. Evans has got him. So, one against the head. You don't often see that. But it's that big pack from Halifax pushing the Salford men off. And Salford know they've still got to do the tackling, but the Salford team is as fit as any that we've seen of Salford over the years. But we know that Halifax are also a big, fast, strong team. Real test of stamina now and courage. Good tackle from Hansen on Hill. 5th tackle, the kick must come. Oh, and it bounced off him. So it's this. He's not waved them on. So it's the handover. And saying it didn't play, the man didn't play the ball played the man, so Salford play the ball, and it's Gilfillan. Just looking as though he might have gone through there. And Dean involved. Mick Dean unaccustomed to this position. So Halifax penalised, forcing the ball out of Lees' hands. Dean wanting to get drawn into the centre of the field where he's used to playing in his normal forward position. Being reminded by John Gilfillan that he's playing on the wing. Now, if Kerry could have done that at the end of the first half, Salford might be even more comfortably in front. As it is, it's 20 points to 16. Salford in possession, just on the Halifax 25. Ian Sherratt, he's as big and as strong as any of the Halifax pack. Salford lining out well. What a game this has been. Tribute to rugby league. And Lee needing to hold on there, alert to what was going on. Al Salford going, John Gilfillan going. Looking as though he was going to go on his own. Still only the fourth tackle. They won't go for the drop yet. Yes, they will. And he makes no mistake. Another point. Wasn't the sixth tackle, but Lee saw his chance. There was space in front of him, and that's one more point for Salford. That's 21 points to 16. That means that if Halifax score another try, they'll have to convert it to take the lead. And that's 70 minutes have been played, 10 minutes to go. Drop goal to Lee. And how many of those he scored this year? So Peter Bell going off. And Mick Scott coming on. Steve Kerry's taking that one. Tex Evans. It's away. No, he's not. Pretending to kick the ball, but hanging on. Now for Bradshaw, having had his rest, back in the thick of the action. Evans looking as though he was round his man then, but the tackling from Halifax, from Wood, was good enough. So Salford 21 points to 16 in front. And Sherratt driving it on, bursting through, but nobody up in support. There's another kick from Lee. It bounces, inch perfect, just a few inches from the touch, putting Salford just outside the Halifax half, just outside the Halifax 25. Something like 9 minutes to go. Halifax winning the ball from that scrum. And Cassidy up very quickly to tackle John Lyons before he could get the ball out. And that's a good tackle from Arthur Bradshaw. Halifax dangerous from any position. But for the first time almost in this game, playing one-man rugby, but they won't now. They lined out now. They know that they've got a big gap over this side. Now who's that to? That's to anybody. And in fact it's not. It's to the Salford player. And it's Mick Dean. And he's getting his shot to John Gilfillan. And John Gilfillan's going to score under the post. And that surely must give Salford a tremendous chance of winning this game. It was a pass from Halifax. They have men over on this side. The pass was to anybody though. Mick Dean, in his unaccustomed position of right wing, went in to make the tackle. He did enough to dislodge the ball from the hands of the Halifax player. He did the right sensible thing. He got it himself. He stayed on his feet. He saw that John Gilfillan was with him, passed the ball on to John Gilfillan, who had to only to stroll over and put the ball down behind the posts. And would you have thought at half-time, when Salford went in 10 points to 6 behind, that we'd be now looking at this position of Salford being 25 points to 16 in front, with the conversion attempt to come. Tremendous applause as the players come back to the middle, and Kerry makes no mistake. Halifax 16, Salford 27. There are 6 minutes left for play, and just when it looked as though Halifax were going to take the initiative, it's the Salford team who showed that tenacity and determination that we've seen all season to come back into it. Well, what a tremendous second half performance from Salford. Before that try came, I thought, but didn't say it, because I might have been. And look, here's Burgess still wanting to get away, and he does do. And he does, he gets the pass out onto Tex Evans now. Tex Evans go. What a wonderful attack from Salford. And Evans plays it to himself, drops the ball, and so it'll be a scrum down. Brilliant play from Salford, exciting attacking rugby. I thought just before that last try that Salford were looking the stronger team, that Halifax were just starting to walk around a little bit. I didn't say it because that's tempting Providence, but perhaps it's true. And certainly from that play, it was Salford who had the more attacking ideas. But you can't write off this Halifax team. It'd be foolish to do that. 27 points to 16 means that they've got to score 2 tries and convert them both. And in the keenness, Salford have been caught offside. They can't afford to give anything away, and they can't afford to give away silly yards for kicking the ball away, because that gives Halifax the initiative. If Halifax were to score a try now, it really would be a grandstand finale. I mean, who can forget the game last year when it was Oldham who came back from nowhere to score in the final minute like that? There's Peter Brown going on his own, and there must be men over, and there they are, they're in at the corner. Exactly what we were talking about, capabilities of scoring from anywhere. Salford gave yards away with Silly kicking the ball away, and from that play Halifax have gone over in the corner to bring them right back into the game at 27 points to 20, and there are still at least 4 minutes to go. Oh dear, I don't know whether I can stand it. Fortunately, that kick will be a very difficult one. The score right out on the touchline. So the try to Wood, conversion attempt, struck well, but drifting across the face of the goal. So Salford still have a 7 points advantage. Salford 27, Halifax 20. And Steve Carey chosen as the man of the match this afternoon. It was David Fell in the Lancashire Cup final. And isn't it great when our Salford lads are being selected as the stars of the day? Well played to Carey now. Come on, Salford. Hang on. Don't do anything silly. It's 27 points to 20. But it's Halifax in possession. Halifax capable of scoring from anywhere. 4 tries each. Tremendous day for rugby league. Tackles have to be made. We've been playing 77 minutes, but it counts for nothing. The game's 80 minutes long now. Now it's the men over. Oh, now how lucky. And Dean picks it up, drops it again, but the first knock-on will be given. And what a let-off that was for Salford. If Austin could have taken that ball cleanly, then there's a fair chance he would have scored under the posts, and we really would have been in for a final seconds of anxiety. As it is, it's Salford with the ball. Kerry making no mistake, and now there are men on for Salford. Gilfillan in the line. Gilfillan breaking a tackle, going one way then the other, passing on to Gibson. Gibson taking the man onto Evans. But the tackling good, and Evans dropping the ball. So Salford have to defend. Can't afford to make mistakes at this time of the game. 2 tired looking teams out there now, and Salford penalised for pulling the ball away in the tackle. Halifax know that time's against them, wanting to get on with it. Salford know they've got to defend. So much excitement, so much tension. 27-20 to Salford. Halifax in possession. There's that scrum half. Sutherwood again, but well bottled up by Bradshaw and Hanson. But there's a pass on, and now the space is opening up. Getting down, well played, Burgess. Oh, and the men are fighting. So the referee has to stop play. It's all totally unnecessary. Peter Brown involved. Mick Dean pulling Peter Brown off, and Peter Brown's lost his temper. Come on, referee. What a disappointing end to the game, where we've started off explosively. But it doesn't matter. Salford have won. Salford have won the second division Premiership, but they're fighting over this side. This is a disgrace. Peter Brown ought to be banned from the game. He took Mick Dean on in a fight, and they're all going crazy. We don't want to see this. Bad-tempered Halifax. Salford cooling it down. Salford are the winners. That's all we need to know, is that we've won. We're the Premiership finalists. We've won the second division championship. We've now won the second division Premiership, and that's all that matters. The play must finish. Salford, Salford, Salford. And really, now what's happened is, in actual fact, because the play hasn't finished, yes it has, the referee has said enough's enough, and we've won the game. We've won the game. The referee's called it over. He was expecting to play on for one more tackle, but it's not worth it. After that sort of incident, Peter Brown ought to be banned for the game for a whole season. Totally disgraceful, unprovoked attack on a Salford player. And let's hear the chants of Salford. Salford, Salford, Salford. You can hear the ringing round the ground. The Halifax fans not only silenced by the result, but almost disgraced. Here they are in front of us. Tremendous display from the Salford team. Halifax, disgusting finale to the game. Bad-tempered finish from them. But the Salford team, a credit to rugby league, a credit to themselves, walking away from the trouble and here to take the accolades from the fans. Perhaps they were the underdogs, but they've come out tops. A tremendous performance from them, winning 27 points to 20. If you're not here at this game, buy the video. Buy the video of the whole season. The highlights video is a good buy for anybody. Let the crowd say it. Deserved victors today. We saw the bad side of the game from Halifax, and Salford overcame it. We saw the good side of the game from Halifax, and Salford overcame that as well. Salford played the rugby. Salford behaved like the gentlemen. Rapturous applause from the supporters. The first time at Old Trafford in the final of the Premiership, and they're the winners. Salford, the champions of the second division, and the winners of an exhilarating game this afternoon. Well played, Salford. And for all the fans of the club, buy a copy of the video for the whole of the season's game. Buy a copy of the video of this game. A brilliant display from the Salford lads. With displays like that, we can look forward not just to survival in the first division, but great success. Boos for the Halifax team, and you can't blame them. The boos are drowning the cheers from the Halifax fans. Rugby league is a sporting game, but it's been disgraced by some of those Halifax players this afternoon. It's Salford that we want to see. It's Salford that we want to cheer. It's Salford who are the champions. Buy a copy of the videotape. Look at the rapturous pleasure amongst those Salford players. There were some Salford fans amongst them who didn't think they could do it, but they have done. They've shown that they are without a doubt the best team in the second division. They're coming round to take their applause from the fans up this end of the field, and deservedly so. Steve Kerry, man of the match. Buy a copy of the video. See all the highlights again. Feel the tension, feel the emotion. And whilst the Salford players are loving their moment of glory, and don't they deserve it? Doesn't Kevin Tamati deserve it? Doesn't Terry Cassidy, John Wilkinson? They really do deserve that applause, and listen to the boos for the Halifax team. Spoiling the occasion, but not Salford. There's the applause for them. In the sunlight, the sun shining on the Red Devils, champions of the second division and now Premiership trophy winners. A great occasion. By the video of this game, by the video of the highlights of the season. So many tries, you just won't believe what you are to see. See all the tries again. A few thanks from me. Thanks to John Oakes and to Phil Oakes for carting all the gear around to all the games, home and away. Thanks for editing the tapes. I'm sorry that Jim Arneson can't be here today. Old Trafford would only let us have one commentator up on this gantry. And my commiseration to him for choosing the short straw. But thanks to him for what's been a great season. None of us wanted it to end. Still, the applause goes on for Salford. Thanks to all those players who've given us so much pleasure over the season. All 36 of them who played for the first team this year. Thanks to the Micron video crew. Thanks to the coaching staff, Kevin Tamati, Terry Cassidy, Steve O'Neill. Thanks also, I think, to John Wilkinson. You really do have the impression that as a spectator, you know the club is in good hands, and we can only build on today, on this season, onto an even better and brighter future at the Willows. Thanks to the spectators at all the games. There have been support for Salford, including the games at the far-flung corners of Rugby League, at Workington, at Whitehaven, at Barrow, at York, at Doncaster. There have been Salford supporters everywhere. Tremendous season. Don't want it to end. And who would have thought that on the very last day we'd have been here parading the Premiership trophy round Old Trafford. And the fans still standing and applauding. Halifax following on behind, disappointed, and I think to some extent disgraced by their attitude at the end of the game. Salford, champions of the second division, Premiership winners. Salford 27, Halifax 20. Salford approaching the Yorkshire end of the stand, and at least the Yorkshire fans are sporting, if they've not seen it from their own players on the pitch at the end. Salford are the champions. Salford, winners of the second division Premiership. Only the second team to do the double. Second division champions and Premiership winners. And what a moment for all those players. The whole squad. The players out there today have won the trophy. It's Gibson, Evans, Gilfillan, Burkitt, Hadley, Cassidy, Kerry, Worrell, Lee, Hanson, Bradshaw, Blease, Burgess, Dean and Sherritt. But it's the other players in the squad who contributed so significantly for the season as a whole. The lap of honour. Two very tired teams at the end of the game. But it was Halifax who were the more tired. When the pressure was on, it was Halifax who made the mistakes. It was Salford who came back strongly to score the vital tries at the vital times. In Steve Kerry, they had the man of the match. They had the leading point scorer in the whole of the Rugby League. And Greg Austin didn't score a try. Greg Austin, 47 tries for the season, leaves Martin O'Fire still as the leader. 48. Gibbo's happy. Kerry's happy. We're all happy. The Salford fans are down there cheering the team. Andy Burgess. They're all there. They don't want to leave. I don't want them to leave. It's a season that should never have to come to an end. So much success. We couldn't have believed it possible back in August when we went to Rochdale to see them win that preliminary round in the Lancashire Cup, but here they are now, the two buddies, Lees and Lee, taking their applause. And that applause is for the Salford team as they finally leave the field at the end of the 1990-91 season. Well played.
Won the Premiership, oh doodle-ay.
Are there any Halifax supporters in? Thank you. Are there any Evertonians in? That's more to the point. Now, what a great day we've had today, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls. Absolutely fabulous. Now, it's been down to a lot of hard work by all the staff here and the chairman and directors and the players, but one man in particular who sings a bit like Nat King Cole when he gets up. Although you don't have to listen to it, you know there's a back when it comes on. Now, can you just keep it down to a roll, lads? Only if Kevin goes off Royal, he'll enter this place in 2 minutes. And have we got them glasses for Ryan Goals, just the referee? Have we got them? Oh, forward passing, couldn't believe it. However, we've won and that's the main thing. And I know you were all fantastic. I was going to let a young man who came over here from New Zealand a few years ago, I won't piss off back again basically, and we've done everything to get rid of. He said, I'm staying, he said, I'm not going, he said, till we've been to Wembley. Kevin Tuckety, come on, let's hear it. Have you done a great job? Kevin?
Thank you. First of all, thank you for turning up tonight. Thank you for your support today. And thank you for your support over the year. It certainly has been very much appreciated by each and every one of us on the playing staff and also on the coaching staff. Without you people, I'm sure our success would have been meaningless. But you mean a hell of a lot to us, and I'm pleased that you're here this evening to share the festivities with us. I've had too much to drink. Later when you're all drunk and you really think I sound like Nat King Cole. It's a bit too early at the moment. Anyway, I'd like at this time to introduce the other 3/4 of what has really made us tick over the last 18 months. And that is the coach, Terry Cassidy, the 18 coach. The 18 coach, Steve O'Neill. And the man that our success relies upon a great deal, Drew Harrison. You wouldn't have thought that Drew was our conditioner the time he took to get up here. But indeed, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, without these three men, I'd struggle. And I owe a great lot of credit to these three people. I was so very much. Almost 18 months ago, when I was a disappointed Warrington Alliance coach, exactly. I got a phone call from John Oates. Thanks, John. And John asked me if I was interested in becoming manager at Salford. Lads, I'm sure if you could have been here in the first 6 months that I was in control, you wouldn't be sitting up here with me now. Or standing up here with me now. That first 6 months, I thought, what the hell have I done? I thought I want to be back with the Wizards. 18, give me the 18. And I thought that the response that I got in the last match against Warrington was about where I was headed for. Both from their supporters and from what I thought was our supporters. But that proved not to be the case. We certainly did a lot of work. We kicked a few backsides and the lads realised and they responded. And that got us to where we are today. But the man that has given me my reign, or us, our reign this year, and I've never regretted sitting down at McDonald's and agreeing to contract at Salford. I knew it was a big thing when he asked me what I wanted to eat. I couldn't eat a Big Mac. Ladies and gentlemen, the man that has been the backbone for me and the coaching staff, and I know the club, the chairman, Mr. John Wilkinson. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, for the young boys and girls here with us this evening, I've been the chairman over the nearly 10 years now. I think I've been very good at making excuses.
why we've not done things that we all wanted to do. But it did change. It changed this season. Kevin has given you the blueprint of what happened. Kevin brought his team in. He got the side that he wanted to play, and it's been a tremendous season. I know that the second division isn't everything. We don't want to be there again, and we certainly don't want to win these trophies again. We want to go a little bit further than that, certainly a lot further. But after saying that, these trophies this season needed winning, and we've won in tremendous style. We've entertained, we've played the right rugby, and you must agree, our defence now is as good as anybody's in rugby league. One thing I've liked about our play is we're still exciting. We showed that today. We could always throw a crowd at Salford, but now we can defend and we can attack from that defence. Today, these players have been absolutely tremendous. No question. And I think we realised that when this time last week we're all a little bit down. There were 9 points across the board, and we had to go to Workington on Tuesday, and a lot of people were writing us off. And I thought, no, it always turns, and it certainly did. And when you think the effort that went in at Workington and the effort that went in today, you've got a good team here, I'm telling you. But ladies and gentlemen, and again for the boys and girls here, there's no excuses tonight, there's no apologies, it's success, we've done it together, and I'm only delighted that the coaches are behind me. You're going to see the players in a few minutes, and one thing we have got, which is the secret of our success, is all you people here, our wonderful supporters. Thank you.
In finishing my part in this, I have to say that Neil wasn't kidding when I said that I wouldn't be going back to New Zealand until we went to Wembley. And I've got to say that it's not to support someone else, it's to support our own lads who will, in maybe a couple of years' time, really deserve to be there. And that's where we're heading. That's where we're heading. We're certainly not going back to the first division to make up numbers. We're going back to where we belong, and we're going to make sure that we stay there. Neil? Talk about blind referees.
Thank you, Kevin. Kevin Tamati. Marvellous job he's done here. And it could be worse if it's single play. Thanks, Kevin. I didn't see it at this loud for a minute, Kevin. I've got you now, mate. Marvellous man, done a lovely job. Has a look of Saddam Hussein, doesn't he? From the side of me, I'm looking, he's laughing. Is he laughing? We're alright, we're alright. Now, today, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, smashing seeing all the kids here. My clacker's gone, I'll tell you. Marvellous. Now, keep it out on the woodpecker slide about. We don't want any talk about offside or anything similar like that, with penalties. But today has been the climax of a fabulous week for us, really. You know, we all went up to Workington and we didn't really fancy it, but when we got there we did, and they did. There was no danger. It was, you're quite right. But today we've gone to Old Trafford in front of 43,000 people. Done the city of Salford and John Wilkinson and all our supporters proud. And we went and we came back with a trophy, which Ian, please, is going to bring onto the stage. Out of now, where is he, Ian? And all the boys, come on lads.
It's a private joke between me and the fellows.
Jason Donovan!
How the hell did I get all this microphone out of Kevin Smatty's hand?
Texans! Nice to see you, President. Here. Hello, lad. The skipper. And he's getting married too.
Well, ladies, gentlemen, little girls, little boys. I would like to thank a few people tonight who's been forgotten. I'd like to thank the sponsors ESAP who've been tremendous this year. I would like to thank the physios, Ralph and Dave Whittaker, who pulled us through this patch. Also the kitman John Latham, he's in somewhere. We're going to sign up for a bit of kit, he goes. It's been a brilliant season for everybody, I think. It's been a very proud moment for me today, actually, doing the double. I would like to thank personally Kevin, Terry and Steve, who I can't put into words what they've done for everybody this season. It's been really brilliant. Chairman, the directors, everybody's been involved with the club has been brilliant this year. It's been something else. As well as George. We had this on the video and it really turned the lads on, apart from Mick who's still fast asleep, and it turned the lads on and we think that all the supporters might like to hear Nessun Dorme, sang by Ian Shannon. We're all excited and it's smashing. One or two people tend to get forgotten, and of course, rugby league is, apart from professional boxing, probably the hardest contact sport in the world, and it does mean that a lot of players get a lot of injuries. We here at Salford are very, very fortunate in having two smashing physios in Ralph and David, and also the doctors who give their time, and the surgeons. There's Mr. McKechnie, there's Barry, there's Dr. Brown, there's Forbes McKenzie, who all come down here, free of charge, giving the service and helping players to recover from serious injuries. A big round of applause. Thanks very much indeed. And that is genuine. Now, in conclusion, because we've got a little treat for you, when John has just finished his last few words, we're going to have a little treat. What you don't know is that Kevin Tamati really is a Nat King Cole fan.
Yes, and he sings like old people, but that's another story. And he's going to come on here and he's going to sing a little song for us and then start the party off, and as many volunteers as we can get up on the old karaoke will have a go. But let's not forget all the work this man has done, and the rest of the directors, and Graham McCarthy and Dave Talley and all the staff. It's a team effort, you know. Ladies and gentlemen, the chairman.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a great night tonight, I promise you that. There's nobody being locked out, we're all in here, we're all for one cause, Salford Rugby League Club. But let's just take you back a little bit of the season. Kevin outlined all the work that went in with Terry and Steve, with Drew, with Rachel, getting the fitness right. And just as we went into the season, we announced what was a terrific sponsorship deal for Salford. We've always been sponsored well, very good sponsors, but we managed to pull off a very, very good sponsorship, ESAB. And ESAB, the money that they've invested in our club is tremendous. They have the confidence in us as a second division side, and in the completion of what I want to say tonight, thanks to everybody, but a very, very special thanks to ESAB. Thank you.
Thanks, John, you deserve today. John Wilkinson. Now, you see, when you start to mention names, you can forget people. There's a stalwart down on that table there who has never spent a shilling in this club since it was built. And he's played for Salford since 1900 and boiled milk, this lad. He's now the groundsman here at the Willows, ex-player. He's so thrilled tonight that we've won the cup that he's bought all his pals a drink. And I can't believe it. Guy Moses, come on now, up here, come on pal. Guy Moses, one of the tightest men you'd ever wish to meet. Guy Moses. Wouldn't give a door away, the same man. Now, how about a nice round of applause? He's going to sing us a song. God knows what it's going to sound like. If you can do your best with this to make him sound good, you know. All right.
Tom Jones.
Here he is. The Maori Volcanics himself. Happy days. Kevin Tonity imitating Junior Johnson.
Okay, before I start the party, and when I finish, or when I start, the party is officially started. But a bit of good news, the Premiership videos are already on sale. If you'd like to see Dave Terry, I'm sure that Dave will fix you up with one of them. No, John Oakes is just going, no, they're not ready. Tuesday, right, okay, that's Tuesday. Okay, here we go, let's start with the party then. Oh, I wish I was in the land of cotton. Old times there and not forgotten. Look away, Dixieland. Oh, I wish I was in Dixie. Can you help me? In Dixieland I'd make my stand to live and die in Dixie. Dixieland, where I was born, early Lord, one frosty morn. Look away, look away, look away, Dixieland. Glory, 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 hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah.